Hey, what's up everyone? Dane here from Moving to Canada. We are here back again in downtown Montreal on another beautiful autumn day, and we are bringing you some information not about the latest Express Entry draw. I know that's what we've been doing with our videos for the last couple months, but we are actually here today to talk about Canadian jobs, the Canadian jobs market. So as you know, I'm Dane, one of the content developers at Moving to Canada. You probably recognize this guy.
What's up?
This is Hugo, another one of the writers here at Moving to Canada. And here, making his Moving to Canada video debut, is Patrick.
Hi guys, how's it going? I'm Patrick.
And he also does a lot of writing, a lot of content development here. So we are here today to talk to you about the Canadian jobs market. If you don't know, every 3 months, once a quarter, we publish a report on Canada jobs, covering everything from what kind of jobs are available in Canada, what the unemployment rate is, and good options for immigrants who are looking to immigrate to Canada as workers. So we've decided that we're going to start doing videos to bring that information to you here on YouTube, and today is our debut video. So please listen to all the information we've got to tell you. If you do have any questions, know that you can post those in the comments and we will respond to you and answer those questions later on. To start things off, Patrick is the one who usually does a lot of the research into our quarterly jobs reports. So Pat, what can you tell us has happened in the Canadian jobs market over the last couple months, I guess from July to the end of September?
Okay, 3 big things have happened. Unemployment's at 5.5%. That's a record low for Canada. The total number of people employed in Canada is at 19 million. That's been accessed. That's
wow. 19 million.
19 million, yeah, so that's a new high. And the third thing that has happened is that there were 50,000 jobs created in September and 110,000 jobs created for the 3-month period in total.
Okay.
So those are 3 big takeaways I would have for the third quarter. Lots of diversification in the industries where jobs are available, and lots of opportunities for immigrants who are coming to Canada looking for these jobs.
Yeah, so definitely really, really optimistic outlook for those who are already in Canada looking for work, and for those who are overseas looking to find work in Canada too.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And for people who are interested in getting a job in Canada, in finding that employment, what tips and tricks can we give them for lining that employment up? Hugo?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things you can do today to improve your chances of landing a job in Canada. Not just any job, but a great job, a job in your industry, a job that will see your salary progress, a job that will make your move to Canada a successful one. First and foremost is your resume. This is a key document. You might know it as a CV in your home country, but here it's mostly known as a resume. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
We call it a resume. There are things you can do in your resume today that will improve your chances of getting a great job in Canada. If your resume speaks in terms of duties and instead of achievements, really consider revamping your resume. So it says things like, instead of saying something like developed software at company X, you think of something that shows how that particular duty you had resulted in a positive impact on the company, and try and quantify it numerically. So it had some benefit in terms of revenue, or it allowed a new partner to come on board. Who knows what? Depends what job you have, but you really should be zoning in on achievements rather than duties in your resume. So improve your resume, look at it, try and get it more oriented towards achievements rather than duties. We've got a great guide for that on our website. If you go to the employment section, you'll see it right there. Also, complete your Moving to Canada profile. If you do, and it only takes a few minutes, we will give you a resume template, a cover letter template, and our getting started guide. So there are 2 or 3 things you can do today to improve your chances of getting a job in Canada.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely head to the Moving to Canada website, complete your profile, get access to those tools, and take a couple minutes to revamp your job applications before you start applying, just to give yourself the best possible chances. But a lot of you are probably also wondering how, as an immigrant, can you get the immigration authorization to work in Canada? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that, just a little bit, because there's a lot of information to cover. But in order to work in Canada, we recommend 3 possible pathways for you. The first is getting a work permit. So a work permit gives you the authorization to undertake employment in Canada. A lot of work permits require that you already have a job lined up in Canada with an employer in order to apply. So you might have to start applying before you arrive and then line up your immigration afterwards. However, However, there are some work permits that allow you to apply and find a job after you've landed in Canada. One really popular option for that is the Working Holiday Program. It's only open to citizens of certain countries, but if you are eligible, you can apply for through the Working Holiday Program, get your work permit, and come that way. Actually, both of these guys came through the Working Holiday Program when they first landed in Canada. Another option is to apply directly for permanent resident status, or PR. Canadian permanent resident status grants you the legal right to live and work anywhere in Canada for as long as you'd like. So it's a really great type of status to obtain. And there are options for highly skilled workers, for high skilled workers to apply for permanent residence directly. You might be familiar with the Express Entry system and the programs that are associated with that. Express Entry, if you have, high level of education, language proficiency, work experience, and you're young, you might be able to obtain your permanent resident status directly through Express Entry. So that's one option. And the final option is actually applying for a study permit. And that might be a bit of a surprise to some of you out there, but international students in Canada have the legal right to work part-time while they're undertaking their studies, and then also it opens up options to stay in the country and work after you graduate and eventually become a permanent resident. So that's another great option for you. So those are your immigration options, but again, if you want more details about ways to improve your employability in Canada, or information about the Canadian jobs market, you can head over to our website, movingtocanada.com. That's the number 2, movingtocanada.com, and check out all of that information. Otherwise, definitely stay tuned to our YouTube channel, because we will be coming back at you with more immigration content. If you liked what you saw today, if you want to get notified about these videos in the future, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And thanks so much for tuning in. See you next time.